Hello everyone and welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. I hope that you have been enjoying the videos. I know some of the feedback I've received, people like them every week instead of every other week, but I'm hoping that there's enough videos on there that if you haven't watched some, you can go back and watch some that I recorded early on. So today I've got a neat little recipe here. It's very simple. Again, I like simple, healthy, and quick to eat and delicious, of course. And so I'm actually going to be making a ground turkey based meatloaf. Now some of you are like, oh my God, what's that going to taste like? Let me just tell you, it's fantastic. Whenever I prepare my meatloaf, I actually work it. I don't put it in a bowl and then move it to the pan. I keep it in the pan. I start in the pan. So I have one of the large portions of ground turkey. The other thing that's going to be important with ground turkey versus when you use beef is don't get the extra lean, because you need some of the fat to keep it together. So you want to get, I think this is about 85% lean. They've got the different ones, fat-free, 95%. You want to use about this 85%, okay? So what I've done up to this point is really simple ingredients. I've actually chopped up one whole onion and one bell pepper. You can use any bell pepper, just so happened I had some yellow ones. So I've already chopped that up. Because of the size of this, I have 2 eggs, salt, pepper, and then ketchup. So the ketchup gets applied at 2 times. I actually include some of the ketchup in the heart of the meatloaf or the ground turkey, and then after it gets closer to being done, we're going to pull the ground turkey out and we're going to put some more on the top. Okay, so let's go on and get started. And again, you use your hands. Those who have seen me cook with my dad, so I've washed my hands thoroughly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go on and begin putting some seasoning in this already. And the reason being is because once I put everything in there, I'm going to be mashing it together and it starts getting, I'm going to have to be washing my hands considerably. So you want to put generous amounts of salt and pepper. Again, what you would normally do, like if you were making spaghetti or something like that. We're going to put the 2 eggs, okay, and as I said, 1 whole onion and 1 whole bell pepper. So all of that is mixed in there together, like so. And then, as I mentioned, I'm going to pour some of the ketchup in. Now, yes, I'm not promoting one brand versus another. Use whichever one you like. You'll see that I've put kind of a generous portion here. That's probably, I'm going to say, not quite, it may be a cup, 3/4 of a cup. But again, this is the very large size ground turkey. And now all we're going to do is we're going to be mushing it together. This is something that you can make with your kids if you want. You're like, oh, Shelley, this is just, I don't know what to say. Let's just put it like this. When you come to dinner, you'll be saying, oh, this is totally delicious. So you're just going to work it, again, with your hands. You're just moving, putting everything together. And as I said, it's a very, very simple recipe. This is the hardest part of it, mixing it in this way. Just want to make sure you have the egg all mushed up there together. And then what we're going to do is once we get it nicely mixed, then we're going to mold it. We're going to put it in the oven. I have the oven set for 350. And then after that, we're going to let it stay in the oven and we'll come back. I'm going to actually pull it out when I think it's about done to put the extra coating of ketchup, okay? So we've got this mixed really, really nicely. And again, that's why you need that little extra fat so it can mix really well. Okay, now that I've got it mixed pretty well, we're gonna now mold it kind of into a loaf, like so. And I like to keep it from touching the sides per se, but again, use whatever you have. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is kind of patting this together, and this is gonna be enough, obviously, that I can freeze some. So what I'm gonna wash my hands here for a second and come back, okay? So just bear with me. Let's wash our hands really well. And generous soap. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add just a little bit more pepper to the top. So, again, this is real-time cooking, right? So let's add another bit of salt and pepper, to the top of it. And then I'm gonna coat it just a little bit with some of the ketchup, just kind of drizzling it a little bit, because remember I put some on the inside. That kind of gives it a little bit of the sweetness on the inside. And I'm not gonna coat this totally, because we're gonna take it out and coat it, but I like to put a little bit on it in the beginning, okay? And voila, this is how it looks, like so. And we're gonna now just put it in the oven, and we'll come back when it's almost done. We'll come back and then we'll coat it with some more ketchup, and I'll show you how it looks, okay? So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Once it cooks a little further, not totally, but it cooks a little further, okay? Okay, so I've had the meatloaf now in the oven for just about an hour. And the way it looks, you can tell that it's just about almost done. So I actually started putting some of the ketchup on it already. You can kind of see, I have a generous amount on it. So you're gonna put enough to cover it. And then what you want to do is just kind of nicely spread it out. And again, make sure it's a generous amount. It's going to cook. I have about, I don't know, maybe it's not right on top of it. It's a little bit over, because you want to coat it just so enough to cover it and have a little bit of extra on top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in. And when I had it in the oven for the hour, I had the lid on top of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, and I had it on 350, I'm going to actually turn the heat down to 325, and I'm going to take the lid off of it, okay? Because what I don't want it to do is to dry out. So I'm going to add just a little bit more ketchup, because I see I've got a little bit of a balding spot there. Because this is what makes it so delicious. Just make sure it's covered, and I'm going to show you this so you can see. Take a look at it, and we're going to put it back in the oven, and probably for about another 30 minutes or so. Okay, and this is again so delicious. So let you see how this looks. Looks scrumptious, delicious. You can see still a lot of the liquids are in there, and I didn't add any liquid. This is the juice that comes from the ground turkey, okay? You can see right there. All right, so let's put it back in the oven for at least another 30 minutes. I'll take a look at it. Maybe need 45 minutes, but you'll see how it looks on top to know that it's ready to go. All right, let's put it in for the last shot. Okay, everybody. It's done. It's done. You can look at it. It looks absolutely delicious. Just smells good as well. Looks good, smells good. And again, it's kind of, I've left a little juice in here because you don't want to dry it out. So that stayed in the oven for about 40 minutes or so. Again, I always tell you, my oven and your oven, different ovens. It might take a little longer. That's why I like to show a picture, and I'll put the picture certainly out on the site. So, bon appetit. Thanks everybody. Join us again soon. Bye-bye.